There comes a moment in every person's life when they realize a painful truth. No matter how carefully they explain themselves, some people will still misunderstand them. No matter how honest their intentions, some people will still doubt them. And no matter how much they sacrifice for others, someone will eventually criticize, judge, or distort their actions. Most people spend years fighting this reality. They defend themselves in arguments that never end. They replay conversations in their minds. They search for the perfect words that will finally make everyone understand. Yet the more they explain, the more trapped they become. The Stoics saw this trap clearly. They understood that the desire to be universally understood as one of the greatest sources of unnecessary suffering. A person who constantly explains themselves hands their peace to the opinions of others. Their emotional state becomes dependent on whether strangers approve of them, believe them, or agree with them. But what if your peace did not need their agreement? What if your value was not determined by their interpretation? What if silence could protect your energy more effectively than 1,000 explanations? This is where Stoic philosophy becomes revolutionary. It teaches that true strength does not come from controlling other people's perceptions. It comes from mastering your own mind. The Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius ruled over one of the most powerful empires in history. He faced criticism, betrayal, political conflict, and constant public scrutiny. Yet in his private writings, he repeatedly reminded himself of a simple principle. You cannot control what others think of you. You can only control the quality of your own actions. This is the foundation of the Stoic path. Your character belongs to you. Your choices belong to you. Your effort belongs to you. But the opinions, judgments, and reactions of other people do not. Once you truly understand this distinction, something remarkable happens. You stop feeling the need to defend yourself constantly. You stop chasing approval. You stop trying to manage every narrative about your life. And for the first time, you begin to experience real freedom. Think about how much energy people waste explaining themselves. They explain why they made a certain decision. They explain why they ended a relationship. They explain why they changed careers. They explain why they failed. They explain why they succeeded. The explanation rarely changes anything. Those who want to understand will understand quickly. Those who are determined to misunderstand will find reasons to do so no matter how much evidence you provide. The Stoics recognize that excessive explanation often comes from fear. Fear of rejection. Fear of criticism. Fear of being seen as wrong. Fear of losing status or approval. But fear is a poor guide for life. When you act according to your principles, your responsibility ends with the action itself. You are not responsible for how every person interprets it. Trying to control their interpretation is like trying to control the weather. It consumes energy without producing mastery. Epictetus taught that people are disturbed not by events, but by their opinions about events. The same is true of criticism. The criticism itself is not the real problem. The real problem is the belief that you must eliminate every negative opinion in order to be at peace. That belief creates endless exhaustion. The Stoic chooses a different path. They accept that misunderstanding is part of life. They accept that some people will judge them unfairly. They accept that reputation is unstable and often beyond their control. And because they accept these realities, they become difficult to disturb. Silence becomes a shield. Not the silence of weakness, but the silence of confidence. The silence of someone who knows their worth without needing to announce it. The silence of someone who would rather build a meaningful life than win meaningless arguments. When you stop explaining yourself to everyone, you reclaim enormous amounts of mental energy. That energy can then be invested in growth, discipline, learning, and purposeful action. This is why silence often wins. It keeps your attention focused on what actually matters. One of the most powerful forms of silence is strategic scarcity. In the modern world, people are encouraged to reveal everything. Every plan, every goal, every emotion, every opinion is displayed immediately. Yet the Stoics would have considered this dangerous. Why? Because what is constantly available loses its value. When you announce every ambition before it is achieved, you invite distraction. You invite criticism. You invite other people's fears, doubts, and expectations into a process that should be protected. The wise person learns to keep certain things private. They work quietly. They prepare quietly. They improve quietly. This does not mean becoming secretive or dishonest. It means understanding that not every thought needs an audience. Not every goal needs applause. Not every struggle needs public discussion. History is filled with individuals who achieved extraordinary things while remaining largely silent during the process. They let their results speak after the work was done. The opposite approach is surprisingly common. People seek recognition for intentions instead of achievements. They receive praise for what they plan to do rather than what they have actually done. The temporary reward of attention becomes a substitute for real progress. The Stoic refuses this trade. They choose substance over appearance, discipline over performance, results over announcements. Silence also creates mystery. When others do not know your next move, they cannot easily interfere with it. When your plans remain protected, your focus remains protected as well. This is why many strong individuals seem quieter than average. They are not lacking ambition. They are protecting it. The seed grows underground before it becomes visible above the surface. Human excellence often follows the same pattern. Another reason silence wins is that it exposes other people. When someone insults you and you react immediately, the conversation becomes about your reaction. When someone attacks you and you remain composed, the conversation often reveals more about them than about you. This is a profound form of power. Most provocations depend on participation. They require emotional engagement. They require you to become angry, defensive, or unstable. The moment you refuse to play that role, the dynamic changes completely. Imagine a person throws a stone into a lake. If the water remains calm, the stone sinks and disappears. If the water is already turbulent, the disturbance grows. Your mind can function the same way. The Stoics trained themselves to pause before reacting. They asked, "Is this within my control?" If not, they refused to surrender their peace to it. This is not passivity. It is discipline. A disciplined person can respond when necessary and remain silent when silence is wiser. An undisciplined person reacts automatically to every stimulus. The difference is enormous. Silence also protects dignity. In heated moments, people often say things they later regret. They reveal insecurity, desperation, or emotional instability. A few uncontrolled words can damage relationships, reputations, and opportunities. The Stoic understands that self-control is more valuable than momentary victory. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself that the best revenge is not to become like the person who wronged you. If someone is irrational, becoming irrational in return only multiplies the problem. If someone is cruel, becoming cruel in return only spreads the disease further. Silence breaks the chain. It allows you to choose your response rather than be controlled by another person's behavior. This is why many of the strongest people appear unshakable. They have learned that not every attack deserves a battle. Not every insult deserves an answer. And not every misunderstanding deserves an explanation. There is a hidden reason why most people feel exhausted, and it has little to do with physical labor. Their exhaustion comes from carrying burdens that were never theirs to carry. They carry other people's expectations. They carry other people's opinions. They carry other people's judgments. Every day they attempt to manage impressions, control narratives, and maintain an image that will satisfy everyone around them. The effort is endless because the goal is impossible. No matter how carefully you live, someone will disapprove. No matter how much you accomplish, someone will dismiss it. No matter how kind you are, someone will misunderstand your intentions. The Stoics understood that peace begins when you stop accepting responsibility for things outside your control. This is the famous dichotomy of control. Your actions belong to you. Your values belong to you. Your effort belongs to you. Everything else exists beyond your authority. Once this truth becomes deeply understood, silence stops feeling uncomfortable. In fact, it becomes natural. You no longer feel compelled to correct every false accusation. You no longer feel obligated to justify every decision. You no longer waste precious energy trying to force understanding where none exists. Instead, you focus on living well. The remarkable thing is that people often become more respected when they stop demanding respect. They become more influential when they stop chasing influence. They become more admired when they stop seeking admiration. Why? Because confidence is attractive, and genuine confidence rarely argues for its own existence. A lion does not spend its day convincing the forest that it is powerful. Its actions settle the question. The Stoics wanted their lives to function in the same way. Let your conduct speak. Let your discipline speak. Let your consistency speak. And when words become unnecessary, allow silence to finish the conversation. Silence becomes even more powerful when life becomes difficult. Most people reveal their character during adversity. Some complain endlessly. Some search for someone to blame. Some become consumed by bitterness. Others surrender completely. The Stoic follows another path. They understand that obstacles are not interruptions to life. Obstacles are part of life. This understanding is captured in the Stoic concept of amor fati, the love of fate. To love fate does not mean enjoying suffering. It means accepting reality completely and using every challenge as material for growth. When a setback occurs, the average person asks, "Why is this happening to me?" The Stoic asks, "How can I use this?" That single change transforms everything. A failure becomes a lesson. A rejection becomes redirection. A criticism becomes feedback. A loss becomes training. The obstacle becomes the path. During these moments, silence often provides more wisdom than constant discussion. Instead of broadcasting every difficulty, the Stoic reflects. Instead of seeking sympathy from the world, they seek understanding within themselves. This inner work is invisible. Nobody applauds it. Nobody celebrates it. Nobody even notices it. Yet this is where strength is forged. Iron becomes strong through fire. Human character becomes strong through adversity. The people who eventually appear calm, resilient, and emotionally stable were not born that way. They became that way by facing challenges repeatedly without allowing those challenges to destroy them. Each hardship taught them patience. Each disappointment taught them perspective. Each obstacle taught them endurance. And through this process, they developed something more valuable than approval. They developed inner stability. A person with inner stability does not panic when criticized. They do not collapse when ignored. They do not become arrogant when praised. Their foundation exists within. Perhaps the greatest lesson Stoicism offers is that your life improves dramatically when your attention returns to yourself. Most people spend years studying other people. They analyze competitors. They analyze critics. They analyze enemies. They analyze strangers. Meanwhile, they rarely analyze their own weaknesses. The Stoics believed self-mastery was the highest form of achievement because it addresses the one thing you can genuinely improve every day: yourself. When you stop explaining yourself constantly, you create space for self-examination. You begin asking better questions. Am I disciplined? Am I honest? Am I courageous? Am I acting according to my values? These questions produce growth. Questions like, what does everyone think of me? Rarely do. The pursuit of self-mastery is demanding because it requires radical honesty. It requires admitting mistakes without excuses. It requires correcting weaknesses without blaming circumstances. It requires taking responsibility for your own development. Yet this responsibility is liberating. When your happiness depends on external approval, you are powerless. When your happiness depends on your own character, you regain control. The Stoics were not trying to dominate the world. They were trying to dominate their impulses, fears, and destructive habits. They knew that the person who conquers themselves becomes difficult to defeat. Criticism loses power. Temptation loses power. Fear loses power. External events may still create challenges, but they no longer dictate your identity. You become anchored, and an anchored person does not drift with every opinion that passes by. In the end, silence wins because it protects what matters most. It protects your focus. It protects your energy. It protects your dignity. It protects your peace of mind. The world will always contain noise. There will always be critics, doubters, distractions, provocations, and misunderstandings. There will always be people who demand explanations that they have no intention of accepting. You cannot eliminate these realities, but you can choose how much access they have to your mind. This is the true power of Stoicism. Not controlling the world, not controlling other people, controlling yourself. The moment you understand this, everything begins to change. You stop chasing validation. You stop defending every choice. You stop reacting to every opinion. You stop seeking permission to become who you were meant to be. Instead, you direct your energy toward building character. You cultivate discipline when others choose comfort. You cultivate patience when others choose frustration. You cultivate wisdom when others choose impulse. And over time, your life begins speaking for itself. People may still misunderstand you. Let them. People may still criticize you. Let them. People may still create stories about your intentions. Let them. Their opinions belong to them. Your character belongs to you. Remember this, whenever you feel the urge to explain yourself endlessly. The sun never explains why it shines. The river never explains why it flows. The mountain never explains why it stands. They simply fulfill their nature. Do the same. Live according to your principles. Remain faithful to your values. Focus on what you control. Accept what you do not. Work quietly. Grow steadily. And when the world demands explanations you no longer need to give, smile inwardly and remember one timeless Stoic truth. A strong mind does not need constant defense. It needs only the courage to remain true to itself.